Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's just state a fact. If you use a phone, a computer, or Wi-Fi, you are part of the biggest, most connected network in human history. It's amazing, but that connection, it comes with risks. So today, we're breaking down the absolute essentials of cybersecurity. Think of this as your digital survival guide.
Just think about how fast that is. I mean, seriously. Before I even finish this sentence, a cyber attack has already happened somewhere on the internet. This isn't some rare event anymore. It's a constant background hum of the digital world we all live in.
And this is the real game changer. For the longest time, we kind of thought cyber attacks were for, big companies or governments. But the attackers figured something out. Individuals, regular people, are often the path of least resistance. You are the primary target now.
It's not just about hacking your computer for kicks. No, attackers are after something incredibly valuable. Something you create every single day without even thinking about it. And that's your personal information. Let's take a look at what that actually means.
Just think about the digital treasure trove you're sitting on, your passwords, your banking details, even your private photos and conversations. To an attacker, these aren't just personal things. They're assets. They're valuable commodities that can be used to steal your identity, drain your bank account, or just get sold off to the highest bidder on the dark web.
Okay, so let's get into it. To figure out how to protect ourselves, we first have to understand what it is we're trying to build. What is cybersecurity, really? At its heart, this is the key. Cybersecurity isn't just about your laptop. It's the whole practice of protecting everything, from your phone to your data to huge global networks. You can think of it as a digital gatekeeper whose only job is to make sure that the only person in control of your digital life is you.
The best way to wrap your head around this is to just think about home security. You've got locks on your doors, right? In the digital world, firewalls and passwords are your locks and keys. You might have an alarm system to warn you about a break-in. Well, that's what antivirus software does. And just like you'd put your most valuable stuff in a safe, we protect sensitive data with encryption, which basically scrambles it so only the right people can read it.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Whether we're talking about a simple password or some super complex corporate firewall, every single security measure out there is designed to do three fundamental things. These are the pillars of all cybersecurity. In the security world, this is called the CIA Triad, and it's the foundation of everything. First, you've got confidentiality. Pretty simple, right? It just means your private stuff stays private. Second is integrity. This makes sure that, say, a bank transfer for $100 doesn't get sneakily changed to $10,000. And finally, availability. This means you can actually get to your files when you need them. If an attacker breaks even one of these pillars, the whole system can come crashing down. So if that's our fortress, who's trying to get in? To really understand our defense, we first have to understand the offense. So let's meet the villains of our story. These are the most common threats you're going to face online. These 6 categories pretty much cover the vast majority of attacks you'll ever run into. We've got malware, phishing, social engineering, password attacks, network attacks, and insider threats. Let's quickly break them down.
First up, malware. It's short for malicious software, and this is the classic digital weapon. It could be a virus that just messes up your files, or something way worse, like ransomware, that locks up everything you own and demands a hefty payment to get it back. Next, we've got phishing. This is an attack that's all about deception. You get that urgent-looking email from your bank, or maybe a weird message from a friend with a link. The goal is always the same: trick you into giving up your username and password. And believe me, it is still one of the most successful attacks out there. Social engineering takes phishing to a whole new level. This is the art of psychological manipulation. It's not about hacking your computer, it's about hacking you. An attacker might call pretending to be from tech support or create a fake emergency to make you act without thinking. It plays on our natural human trust.
This one is just a pure numbers game. Attackers will either use software to try millions of password combinations, that's called a brute force attack, or, and this is way more common, they'll take a list of passwords leaked from some other company's data breach and just try them on all of your accounts, hoping you reuse the same one.
Network attacks are a little different. Instead of going after your device, they target the connection between your device and the internet. Think about that free public Wi-Fi at the coffee shop. It's a perfect place for an attacker to eavesdrop on what you're doing or even intercept the data you're sending back and forth. And finally, we have insider threats. This is a chilling reminder that not all dangers come from the outside. Sometimes it's a disgruntled employee or even just someone who makes an honest mistake. It proves that sometimes the call really is coming from inside the house.
Okay, that was a lot of threats, I know. But here's the good news. Defending yourself isn't nearly as complicated as it might sound. So now that we know what we're up against, how do we actually build our digital fortress?
A really strong defense is always a combination of two things. On one hand, you've got the technical tools that work in the background, like firewalls and antivirus. But on the other hand, you have the smart habits that you practice every single day. You absolutely need both to be secure.
And honestly, these habits, they're your superpower. Simple things like using a different, strong password for every important site, turning on multi-factor authentication, that little code you get on your phone, that is the single best thing you can do to protect your accounts. If you can master these 5 habits, you will be safer than 99% of people online.
Which brings us to the most crucial point of all. You can have the most advanced, expensive security software in the world, but it all falls apart with one careless click. The human element is the most important, and way too often the most overlooked part of any security plan.
And that really is the ultimate takeaway here. At the end of the day, cybersecurity isn't just about having an uncrackable password. It's about developing the awareness to spot danger and make the smart choice every single time. The most powerful security tool you have isn't a piece of software. It's you.